I'm here with a new tutorial, and this time I'm going to explain how I paint this type of palisade or fence or barricade. I don't know how to call this. Is one of the dangerous terrain from Warcry. And here in this video I want to explain how I do these pieces of terrain to give a fantastic look for the game, right? How I do them. So I will start first. This was primed with the gray sear color, okay, one of the new colors from Games Workshop to work with contrast, and I will start applying Basilicanum gray, okay, this contrast paint. I'm going to do a gray touch to this bark. This looks like a very rustic bark, and I will apply this all over the place. I will try to avoid the tips of the palisade. I will try to avoid the skulls and the skeletons. I will go over the chaos symbols. Okay, we're going to make the chaos symbols metal rust. I will not make them in a fancy color. I will do them like if they are really rust and just put there. Okay, so I will apply this, and you will see that you will see texture will look very dark, very gray. I will also avoid the stones. I will leave the stones in a lighter color. Okay, but try to not to leave anything. And if you have this type of we call strings that are holding the parts together, or ropes, okay, go all over them, no problem. I would say it's more ropes, they are quite thick, right? So, and you can see I go over the here I make a mistake. This is not a star. If you make a mistake, I try to wrap it and just okay. This is also happening when you want to go fast. Okay, so I will apply this on the palisade, or on, I don't know how to call this. It's also is between a palisade, a barricade, or I will say, or just a chaos totem, because we have all these chaos symbols. Okay, I will do that, and I come back once this is done. So this is how it's looking like once we have done all the gray contrast. And now the next step, I'm going to do the metal part, and I will use iron breaker for all the metallic parts. Okay, we are going to apply iron breaker, and then later on we are going to dirt and oil the iron breaker. So we take, now we have to be more careful. We have to avoid to go on the wood parts or on the logs. Okay, and we just apply this iron breaker in all the metallic, in all the parts where you want this metal. Okay, so I will do that. And here there is not much mystery. It's just applying a layer paint. Okay, you can also use lead belcher if you want darker metallic. Okay, I'm going to start with that, and then later on we are going to oxidize that or rust these chaos symbols. Okay, I do that and I come back once it is done. Okay, next step, I'm going to dry brush all what is the bark with Baneblade brown. In reality, we should have done this before doing the metallic, but okay, I have mistake the order. So I recommend you, if you follow this, to do it first before the metallic. But anyway, I take a smaller brush. This will darken the metallic a little bit, but it's not going to be the end of the wall neither. So try to do it more than me. But if you leave some parts browner than others, it's not a problem. But what you want to give is just a little bit of brown tint to the bark, right? Okay, here there is no way I cannot dirten the metal, so I will go there. And if I even dirten, anyway we need to do the rust and all on the metallic, so it's not a big deal. Okay, so you can see I'm trying to give this brown look on the bark. Okay, I miss a cap, but okay, so I will do now the other side and I come. You know that the dry brush is done, it's time to paint the skulls and this skeleton that is here, all what is the bone colors. I'm going to use Fleet 1 Flakes. I go for a darker brown, want to give a brown or beige looking. This I will start first with the ones at the bottom. I will let the big skeleton to do it, the last one, because it's the most exposed, so I try to do first the parts that are less exposed, so I have less risk to put my finger on top of it, and then I do the skeleton. As you can see, I'm just applying a layer of Fleet 1 Flash, and again, nothing special here, just that. I will apply it on the different skulls. So I do the skulls and the skeleton, and I'm back. So we have the bone color done, and now I'm going to use Taiyan sand to do all these type of ropes that are holding together the different parts of the palisade, okay, or this barricade. So this is again no much to explain here. We just go row by row and we paint them. Okay. So, okay, you can see, and we do the other side where we have the nut, this part falling, have too much paint. There is not really a trick to do that. I recommend to paint the ropes independently. I think this is the type of details that will make this piece of terrain to look more realistic, okay? Don't forget the ropes, do them, and here there is not a shortcut, to be fair. So just do them all one by one, okay? So I will do that, and then I will share to you how it looks like once this is done. Now that the ropes have been done, I'm going to use Typhus Corrosion and apply this on the part of the metallics, okay? We want to give, we'll take don't use one of your best brushes to do that. Typhus Corrosion have a little bit of texture and can damage your brush. So I will, and then I will also thin it down a little bit. So it will kill your text a little bit that you already have in the scope. But I want to put a little bit of Typhus Corrosion in some points to give the sensation. Don't need to put it everywhere. Okay, I go quite heavily, but you don't want to cover almost to cover everything. Okay, and I try to go a little bit more thin than I try to thin it down a little bit more even. Okay, I go especially in the hidden parts, like you see where they have shadings and where the joints around the nails. Okay, try to where the water can accumulate, because I want to simulate. We will put then the rust on top, and we will simulate a little bit the rusting, right? So this is why I go there. I will put this one here. Okay, so we put it there. Then we need to let it dry. Be careful here. I did not cover one. You can see I'm working now with really bad brush. Okay, it's more brooming than a brush. Okay, we go there. You see, I apply quite. You don't want to overdo. Okay, but the other side. I don't want the metal to be bright on this thing. Okay, I want really the metal to look very dilute. I want to go into the cracks of this arrow. Okay, it's like a white snow, leaving some. I don't want to leave too much of the texture it has. I want to do almost like if it was air shade, but with this. Okay, there, and now I will clearly put a little more there. I will dilute it. I'm using even the dirty water to do that. You don't need. At the end, it's the same color as my paint. Okay. As you can see, at the end I decided to go heavier. Okay, I leave it like that, and now I wait at this dries before doing the next step. Okay, once the typhus corrosion has dried, we are going to use Razor Rust. Again, I will not use it as whole gauge workshop. It's telling you to use it. I thin it down, you can see. I will do it here on this. Now I will try to apply very thin. I don't want this to look orange. I want to give this. If it's a little bit too orange, don't worry. We are going to wash on top of that, but we want to give this rust. Okay, I avoid in purpose the edges. I try to accumulate it on the parts where you will have where the metal is less exposed, right? The exposed part of the metal normally will look brighter, right? Okay, you see, I do it like that, but let's do the other side. I highly recommend to do the two colors. Applying directly the Razor Rust most of the times is not giving a great result, okay? And I also recommend to do it as I'm doing here, diluting the Razor Rust quite a lot and trying to apply it not on the parts, because you use dry brushing, you will apply it on the most exposed part, right? I want to apply it on the opposite. I want to apply it on the hidden and the most difficult parts. But I think, and then here I by mistake I did a little bit the skull, so we can clean up the skull later on, or we can leave it because the oxidation will fall on the skull, so will fall dust of the rusting. Okay, so I leave it like that. This is quite heavily rusted. Now I wait that this dries and I come for the next step. Okay, this how looks like now. Okay, we have applied and we have let dry the Razor Rust, and now we are going to do these tips. And to do these tips, I'm going to use a contrast Aarhus Dunes. Okay, this will give a lighter color of the wood. Okay, and we take. What we are going to do is that I'm using that because I think it's giving really the color that I like to have. Okay, you see, remove the excess a little bit and we go to the next one. Okay, this wood. And then we need to wait at this device. So it's quite fast. I miss this one here. Okay, some are darker, some are lighter, depending if we went by mistake or not with the gray on top. Now it's like that. I will put a little bit here, here, here. Okay. And now again we wait at this device before doing the next step. Okay, so this is how it looks like when the previous this thing have dry. And now we are going to apply Agavax air shade over the whole miniature. We take a big brush, okay, and we just wash everything with Agavax air shade, including the skulls, the skeletons, the metal, of course. Okay, and you see, you can also, I will not do the top tips because I need to hold the miniature from somewhere, so I will try to avoid the top tips. Okay, but this is a quite important step. This will help to also melt a little bit the colors together. Okay, we'll make these rings look dirty. We'll give a brown tonality to the bark. Okay, you see I start from one side and we keep going down here. Try to avoid to miss any point. Okay, and try to avoid that it's pulling as well. Important to the skeleton. Okay, the skeleton will look very dark after that. We can clean up a little bit the skeleton later. But I think doing that helps a lot to make the ribs more visible. I'm doing this. Okay, we keep moving. Running out of Agavax shade on this spot, so we'll put a new one. Okay, but you can see it's quite a fast step, this one. So, the metal is quite important to apply the wash everywhere. Now this will leave the dirty and use look rusted. Okay, here I have a lot. If you put too much, like here, we take it, we spread it. Avoid this pulling. But you can see it's quite a fast step. You can see that the logs are looking much better now with the brown. Here we have some pull, you can see. It will pull down, so try to pick some and put it back. Put it here. Have to be sure that we do this. And the skeletons, the skulls. There is skulls. All the skulls on this type of palisade. parts, that everything is well covered. And now we wait this device. And we are going to be almost done. I guess we only need to clean up a little bit the skeleton. We are going to be done. Okay. So here it is, the skeleton. I'm just checking. See, was a mistake from my side. I can correct this. I need to put a little bit of. So you want to be sure skeleton is covered. Okay, we will need to clean out after the skeleton. And now I will check that it's not pulling anywhere. Like try to remove the excess. Okay, so now we wait this device and I'm back. Okay, once the wash has dried, this is how it looks like. And the only thing we may want to do is to apply very soft dry brushing on the skeleton. Okay, so let's take a small brush, something like that. It is already damaged. I take Usbati bone. And it's going to be mainly on the head and on the ribs that we want to do the dry brushing. Realize there that the won't accumulate too much, so what I'm going to do is I will clean up a little bit the wash there. I will go directly with the bone color. And we are going to do very soft wash. This is too much, it's too dark. Okay, so we are going to do it like that. And now very softly I will do the rib cage. And I will work mainly on this one because it's a big piece. It's almost the center part of this. Okay, and I think like that is okay. We don't need to do too much more on this guy. And to go a little with the hands. They're very dark. Okay, and that's all. Okay, so here we finalize, and this is how I will do this type of barricades, palisades, or how you want to call it. So for Warcry. So please let me know what do you think about this paint job. As usual, give a like if you have liked this video. I hope you have enjoyed, as I enjoyed painting it. And as usual, thanks a lot for watching and see you later. Bye!